First thing is I would just like to humbly thank all of you for coming. It's an honor, and I'm thrilled that there are people around the world who want to see me. It's a dream come true, and I'm humbled. I really am. I'm all about being very straight with people. So guys, when we talk about light, right? What's the most important thing? What's the most important thing about photography? What separates great pictures from bad pictures? Light. Good lighting, right? Everything that we do as photographers, we should approach it from a lighting perspective. Now, when we talk about light, we have natural light, we have ambient light, we have artificial light, right? But we always want to approach photography from the standpoint of, how do I get the best light out of this possible? When you look at great shots, when you look at whatever is out there, what really makes an image is the light, right? You look at some of the photographs in this room, you look at some of the photographs on the TV, wherever they are, online, wherever you're looking, it's all about light. So we have to figure out how to make light when it's not possible, and we have to also be very cognizant of when to capture great light, right? Because so many times I see photographers try to force things that just aren't there. They just aren't there. And I was one of them. When I make jokes, guys, I'm joking about who I was. I really am. I'm making fun of who I used to be. So when we're looking at light, we got to pay attention to those things. Now, you've probably seen some of my videos based on my feelings on natural light only photographers. How do you guys think I feel about natural light? Think I like it, or you think I think it's stupid? I love it, right? I love natural light. And I've said it once, I'll say it a million times, even though I'm sponsored by lighting companies. Natural light is always the best option. But just to your point, it's insanely limited, right? The trend in the industry right now is, let's just shoot natural light. I don't know about Dubai, but over in the States and a lot of other areas, if you look at wedding photography, you go onto people's websites, what do you see? What do you see in the portfolio? Tons of natural light, right? A lot of it's bad. Blown out skies, no depth to the image, lots of flare. They use lens flare. Here's what you don't see. You don't see shots inside of reception halls. You don't see shots inside of ceremonies. Somehow those shots are missing, which to me is hilarious. I mean, that's such a huge chunk of the wedding. What they only show is they only show pictures of the couple shoot, for the most part, when they go outdoors, and typically the couple shoot takes place around magic hour. My kids, your kids, anybody can get great shots at magic hour. Seriously, you just got to kind of point a camera in one general direction and hit the trigger. Kit lenses will provide you amazing shots at magic hour. So when someone shows me shots and it's done at magic hour, believe me when I say I'm not impressed. You know what impresses me? Shots that are taken when lighting is awful. That's something people don't talk about. We always want to add light. We never talk about cutting bad light. All of my photography is based on the principles of lighting as they're applied in cinema, cinematic lighting, right? That's how I base my lighting. So if there's bad light, I hardly ever see photographers cutting light. What do photographers do when there's a lot of sun and they have to shoot outdoors? What's their solution? They'll go to shade, but then they won't use lighting, which makes no sense because there's no catch light. What else? ND filters. Again, no catch light. What else? High-speed sync, right? They'll blast it with light. You can blast it with light all you want. You're still getting harsh light. There's nothing that's going to change the fact that that sun is too harsh on your subject. The only thing that will change it is diffusing that light. If you don't diffuse that light, it's bad light. So what you have to do first when you walk into any given scenario is look at what doesn't belong there. That's the most valuable lesson I learned as a photographer. Not just with lighting. I would walk into a scenario, I'd look at the composition, Again, this is my process. You set the camera down, you look at it, and if you set the camera down before you start shooting, your shots will get 10 times better. I promise you, they will. I'll set my camera down because when I took my camera out, I'll have a beautiful model there. I pick it up, I start shooting, I get just, oh, this is gorgeous. And then 20 minutes into the shoot, or even worse, once I get home, I look at the shots, there's a trash can sitting there I totally ignored. Oh, I'm gonna Photoshop it out. No, what you'll do is you'll maybe clone it out of one shot. You're not gonna do it for a whole set. You won't. You won't. It's too much work. So take the time to clear your scene, is what I call it. Clearing your scene. Make sure that your composition is clean. Take 2 minutes to make sure that everything that you have looks great. Therefore, your shots will be phenomenal. You'll be so much happier with them. So I'll clear the scene. The second thing I'm going to do is take that same composition, and I'm going to look for how the lighting is hitting it. If the light is harsh, what do I get out? A diffuser. Why do movies use diffusers? Why? To spread the light. But just think of the medium. Why does videography, cinematography, why does that require diffusers where sometimes we try to get away with not using them? It's very simple. They don't have flash. So our answer is the short answer, where we're just going to blast it with light rather than actually cure the problem. The cure is diffusion. What you'll find is if you diffuse your light when you're shooting in a given scenario, you're going to do two things. A, you're going to cut out all the harshness. You're going to cut out the nasty specular highlights that are hitting their face. And if you do it right and you hold that diffuser up, it's going to block that light and put amazing catch light right into their eyes. It's a $40 solution to your lighting problems. Now, again, I always hear, well, Jason, it must be nice. You have assistants, you have all these helpers. Life is wonderful for you. Get some kid for 20 bucks. Pay a kid 20 bucks, buy his lunch, and have him come out. It's the best investment you can make in photography. I'm being serious here. It's the best investment you can make. You will get shots that are 10 times better just because you're not running around and getting frustrated and getting tired. And you're just, at a certain point, believe me, you'll not want to do it anymore. Has anyone ever been there? Yeah? Where you're just like, I'm done with this shoot. I'm done. If you haven't been there, you probably haven't taken enough pictures. Because if you've taken enough, believe me, you'll get there. So you're going to cut that light. Once you cut that light, now you start adding. That's when you start adding light. Now, when you add that light, first thing you should do is add one light. Okay, I see photographers do this, and I used to do this, so I'm making fun of myself. Okay, I used to see these big pros on YouTube, right, or wherever else, and I see these huge setups that they did. I'd set up 4 lights, and I'd try to get them all working, and I'd hear about, oh, it's so cool, you can put them on different groups and different channels, and you can do all this cool stuff. And I'd set all of them up, and then they'd fire. Okay, one's too hard on this side, one's too... It got so confusing for me. And I couldn't fix one problem. And before I know it, because I'm juggling 4 balls at once, I can't get any one of them right. It wasn't until I just broke it down and said, you know, this is stupid. I'm going to stop. I'm going to focus, and I'm going to get good at shooting with one light. Once I fix one light, then I'll add a second light. Then I'll add a third. Then I can reflect light. I can diffuse light. I can do whatever I want. But that's only going to happen if I first get one light right. So let's just look at how we do that real quick. So Olga, can you come up, please? This is the Neo 2. This is the LED that strobes. So I have the Neo 2, and it's reflecting into a silver umbrella. This is just an umbrella setup. This is a very, very easy setup. Why? Because I want to show you things that are super simple to use. It's just an umbrella. Goes right in there. Because I always hear photographers say, oh, I can't afford that. You can afford an umbrella. If not, go work at McDonald's for about 2-3 hours. You can afford an umbrella. No, this is a no excuse zone, by the way. Okay? Oh, I can't. Okay, you're right, you can't. You'll never be successful because your attitude sucks. Okay? If you want it bad enough, you're going to do it. I refuse to be denied. I refuse to let anyone deny my dreams. If there's someone in your life denying your dreams right now, get rid of them. I give myself no excuses. I'm actually very hard on myself. Very hard on myself. Now, a couple benefits to using the light inside of a bigger modifier is it's going to spread that light. And what happens when we spread the light? What's that? It's softer light, right? And then we can paint with Rembrandt lighting, profile lighting, loop lighting. You know, for somebody like me, monster lighting. You know, you can do whatever you want. Then we add this diffuser on here. And when we add the diffuser, what we're doing is we're creating a beautiful catch light. Let's say hello to Olga. It wasn't very good, guys. It's pretty weak. All right, so come on over here, Olga. Now the key to lighting is we're going to put her as close to the light source as possible. That's how you get great light. You modify that light. So you want that your subject as close to the light as possible. But I'm getting very nice lighting on her face, and I'm getting color out of that background. Does that make sense? Turn your head that way for me, Olga. Beautiful. Okay? And look at it, picking up that front eye. Turn your head to me right here. Beautiful. One thing I'll also tell you, guys, when you have the light and you're in the right light space, you just move, turn your head towards the light for me. Beautiful. Bring your chin forward, down, go like this. Look at that. The beauty of shooting with artificial light is exactly this. You can be anywhere as long as you get her set up. If you watch my videos, once I get the lighting parameters set up, I'll move around them. So now what we're going to do is I have her set up with one light, right? Now we're going to move and add some light in the background. You can put a light as a backlight for rim light. So now I have her set up with this light as my key. Okay, and again, I'm following my normal technique. The camera's sitting down. I'm going to set it up first. Olga, walk this way for me, please. Right there. Yep, go back. Stop right there. Perfect. Now, again. This is why I use LED lighting. LED that strobes. Look at it. I can already see it's going to be awesome. You know what I mean? When you get over the technical obstacles of photography and lighting, your creativity will explode. Bring your arms up like this. Gorgeous. 1, 2, 3. Wow. 1, 2, 3. Look at that shot. It used to be, way back in the prehistoric days, aka 5 or 10 years ago, it used to be that the learning curve for photography was very high. Mathematical charts, histograms, all this stuff that you had to have set up. That used to be what it was to be a photographer. Nowadays, with the way technology has progressed the industry, anybody can be a photographer. So you have a lot of pros out there complaining that anybody can be a photographer versus the pros who accept that technology and run with it. So now it all boils down to talent because the technology is there. Does that make sense, guys? So again, keeping my constant, right? I have the key light set up on her. Now we can just start playing. And this is when photography gets very fun. Turn your head this way. Gorgeous. Bring that shoulder up. There you go. Get serious, sexy look. There you go, beautiful. Bring that chin down. Look at that. Now I probably would bring that backlight. In fact, I'll do it. I'd probably bring that backlight a little closer to her because I don't want this concentration of light on the wall as hard as it is. So I'll just bring this back just a little bit. Spread that light out a little bit more. You can tell when a light has been used by me when the barn doors creak like that. Okay? I'm going to move that light stand. You see me doing what I do. I don't want to fix the light stand. I don't want to Photoshop it out. 1, 2. So see, I'm going to set it up. There you go. I'm using her hair to block that backlight. Look at that. That's just gorgeous. 1, 2, 3. This is why I love mirrorless. I see it before I take it. My composition is set, my lighting is set, she's set, everything's there. You can take a break. Thank you so much. What do I do about, yes, let's give her a round of applause. You did a wonderful job.
I guess flash was.
What's the most common problem I see with people using artificial light?
Where are the mistakes that people
Where are the mistakes? Well, A, they don't diffuse it. B, they don't modify it. So we're diffusing bad light, but we're still modifying the good light. You have to make good light. Oh, and here's one other thing. I hear people talk about all the time. Oh, well, that's not enough light. Great light does not make it obvious that lighting was used. What do we do with traditional strobes and monolights? 600 watt second monolights. What do we do with them? We have to cut that light like 3 times to make it good light. We put a deflector plate in front. This is diffused 1 time. But we'll put a deflector plate in front, we'll put a baffle, and then we'll put a 3rd layer. So it doesn't matter. Don't get swept away. It's like having a Ferrari, 600 miles per hour, but you can only drive 20 miles per hour. The Ferrari's worthless. So having all the power from a monolight in most, not all, in most scenarios is worthless. So when I look for solutions, this is something I use 80% of the time. If I'm shooting at midday sun, no diffusion, nothing, I pull out a 600 watt second monolight. Outside of that, this is what I use. All right, this is a cool place to shoot. Get the gear out. Let's, this is awesome. Huh?
Let me have your stuff. Your gear. That's what you get for not putting me in a magazine.
You I hate models.
And take your stupid camera too.
One-handed baby.
Ooh, spending money. All right.
She's totally not going on the next trip. Oh! Santa Maria Guadalupe! Only one chance to get it right. Are you still there? I'm talking to you. If you want to continue this madness online and learn anywhere from the world with me, go to patreon.com/JasonLanierPhotography. And if you want to join this madness, and yes, my crazy but awesome models, go to jasonlanier.com/register and you guys can party and shoot with us anywhere in the world. So until next time, keep shooting. Never give up on your dreams. Find the right gear that works for you, and remember, you only have one chance to get it right. Allie, where's my money? Allie? She freaking left.